Too many kids being found in these lakes, man. This is MTGV, and you with Miss V. She keep her ear to the street, a drum to a beat. This is the place that you wanna be, but all trolls we delete. You better
welcome in, everybody.
so you know we don't go.
Please smack that thumbs up as you come in. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and drop down and let me know who's here. We're gonna be talking about Romeca meats today.
For those that's taking these souls, we know, but it's getting so out of control. Thank you for tuning in to MTGV, True Crime TV. Y'all know what it is, man. Team Vibe, Miss V. Hey, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe.
Okay, y'all see what we talking about. We actually gonna be going over some statements from Quadajah and also Carlos. This is something that I have not read yet, and I don't think I've heard it either. So we gonna get into it. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all drop down and let me know who's here. Please smack that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you have not. Shout out to BFF in the building. She said, let's go. That's right. We back. So I have a goal set up too. If anybody wants to help me reach my goal, I will go live again tomorrow. And that is what the goal is set for. And let me see. Let me go over my fair use disclaimer. How you doing, Dominique? Welcome in, fam. Salute to the chat. Bushwatchers, come on out. You know, engage in the chat. Let me know who's here. Shout out to Bronze. What's up, fam? Love to you. Salute to you. Let me get this fair use disclaimer out.
This channel may feature copyrighted video and audio content under the guidelines of fair use permitted by copyright statute for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. All content and credit go to the original creators. No copyright infringement is intended.
All right, so I'm not gonna pull up every page that I'm reading, but pretty much this is what I'm gonna be going over. And I don't know if it's clear to y'all because it's definitely not clear to me. Let me see what it looked like on the other side. Because you know I'm on a StreamYard side, it looks different from what y'all can see. Turn this all the way down. Shout out to everybody on the vertical stream, and shout out to everybody on the landscape stream. Please smack that thumbs up. Let's see. Okay, I actually see more people in the vertical. Shout out to Gretchen. Welcome in, fam. I'm here hitting the like button. Thank you. I appreciate that. We got Jazzy in the building. Good Sunday to you. Yeah, happy Sunday and justice for Meeks. Welcome in, fam. And thank you for the 200 jewels, Jazzy. It's the flow state. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. So that's what let me put this on rotation because let me go. I was trying to see was it clear over here. That's what I was doing. Let's go back. Give me a second, y'all. Okay, it is kind of clear for y'all. I don't know why it's blurry for me. But the first thing that I want to go over is what I haven't heard what Quadajah said during her questioning or whatever, and I'm gonna read the first page to that. I think, well, yeah, I'll pull it up in a minute, but these are the people we talking about today: Carlisle Sway and Quadajah Johnson. We actually going over both of their statements. Please like, comment, and subscribe to Miss V. Yes, thank y'all. Thank you, BFF. Definitely. If you and check and make sure you're still subscribed. A couple people was telling me that they wasn't getting my notifications, and one thing that I know about YouTube is that they send notifications to the people that you watch the most. So if you want to get notifications, all you got to do is purposely tap into my channel, watch a few videos, and YouTube will start sending them to you. They go by you and your likes and what you like the most. They're going to show you what you're going to be more likely to click on. Okay, so that's how YouTube works. So if you're not getting notifications, please just tap in more. Shout out to my sleuth. Salute, sleuth. We got Terry in the building. Shout out to you, fam. And shout out to everybody. I don't miss people on purpose, but if I did, I apologize. But we gonna get into this reading. And let's see what Quadajah was talking about. Hers is kind of short because you know, she didn't talk a whole lot. I just noticed it was a little short. She probably shouldn't have said anything, being that she had an attorney. She could have just not answered nothing. But let's see. And this is it right here that I'm... Hold on, y'all. Give me a second.
Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. Please subscribe and press that notification. Thank you for sharing me. Thank you for sharing me. Thank you for sharing me. For sharing me. For sharing me. So for sharing me. Thank you for so much. Thank you.
Okay, I didn't know I got muted. But I'm gonna read everything that's on the entering into what Quadajah said. So at the top of the page it says Carol met with police officer Moreno of Beat 114, who was assigned to guard Blackman, and learned that Romeca Blackman was pronounced deceased at 9:42 hours, 0942, which is 9:42 a.m. by Dr. Starr from her being fired on to the right side of the face, located between the lower lip and the chin. Wow. That's okay. I'm gonna try to just read it. Okay, so the wound on the right side of the face located between the lower lip and the chin. The wound to the left thigh. Detective Carroll then learned that the victim's remains moved to the morgue office of Cook County Hospital. So Detective Carroll then relocated the morgue office and processed the remains of Romeca Blackman. Detective Carroll observed multiple tattoos upon Blackman's body, including the following. So she had a heart and a wing upon her right upper arm, flowers upon her right lower arm, a bird upon her right hip, animals upon her right calf, flowers upon her chest, flowers upon her upper left arm, a flower and the word daddy upon her left lower arm, flowers and diamonds upon her left thigh. Can y'all hear me okay? Let me check. Mic check. Oh, I'm way off there. Mic check. Okay. All right, y'all can hear me good. Thank you to everybody hitting the like button. Welcome in, Fatisha. Thank you for hitting the like button. You hear me good. Okay. All right. So, Detective Carroll observed and noted the following personal property: one light blue crop top, long sleeve zip up sweatshirt soaked in, y'all know what, we can't keep saying the one word, but the red stuff, right? Soaked. I'll just say soaked. So one light blue crop top, long sleeve zip up sweatshirt soaked. One matching light blue sweatpants soaked. One pair of light blue underwear. One pair of black rubber gym shoes. And one pair of metal stud earrings. Okay, so it goes on to say Detective Carroll then relocated the area of 3 detective divisions located at 2452 West Belmont Avenue of Chicago and was able to make contact with. They blacked it out. So redacted. It was redacted. So contact with blank. I'll say blank. At 3:35 p.m. via telephone. Romeca Blackman and Detective Carroll informed blank was deceased. Detective Carroll gave blank the medical examiner number and informed her how to make contact with the Cook County Medical Examiner's office. So now, September 8th, 2025 at 11:07 a.m., RD, along with Detective Farrell, spoke with Quadajah Johnson in the interview room A with ERA activated at Area 3 Detective Division located at 2452 West Belmont Avenue, Chicago. So the interview of Quadajah M. Johnson. RD advised Quadajah Johnson of her Miranda rights at 11:09 a.m. with Detective Farrell present. Quadajah Johnson agreed to speak with RDs and stated that following in the summary. So she agreed to speak with RDs and stated the following in the summary. Quadajah Johnson stated that blank was the father of her child and that they had been together for about 2 years. Quadajah Johnson stated that her and blank's son was 6 months old and was in the back seat of her car when Romeca put up on them. Quadajah stated that she has a restraining order against Romeca and that they have been trying to serve her since December of last year. Quadajah stated that she got the order of protection against Romeca Blackman because of continuous and numerous threats that Romeca Blackman made against her, her family, and her friends, and her grandmother. Quadajah Johnson stated that Romeca Blackman had been harassing her since she was pregnant, starting in October of 2024. Now, I do want to say here that that encounter that we seen at the hotel at Romeca and Carlos' son's party out of birthday celebration, they was out of town together. That was September. That was a month before this. What she's saying right here. So we seen how they was communicating that day. We seen how Romeca was talking to her that day, and it wasn't as reckless as she want people to believe. Or as a matter of fact, that might have been, yeah, that would have been, yeah, that would have been the time when she was pregnant. Yep. So right after that is when she's saying that all of this started. And Romeca Blackman have a 6-month-old child together. Okay, so she was wait, hold on, let me start over. Had been harassing her since she was pregnant, starting October of 2024. But she never even mentioned the her talking to her the month before when her and Carlos was out of town, and the conversation was just fine, really, between them. Of course, she clocked Carlos upside his head, but she didn't do nothing to her. But anyway, and Quadajah even mentioned that in the court, talking about she could hear her hit her son's father, and the son told her, "Why don't hit my daddy," or something. She brought that up in court as if it was about her. It wasn't her fight again. But anyway, so Quadajah Johnson stated that she felt the threat from Romeca was very credible, that she feared for her life, and that the blood on her clothes was that of Romeca. Quadajah stated that Romeca Blackman was waiting for them outside of blank blank house today. I'm gonna repeat that again, because we do remember that they said that they was trying to say that she was at the house at first, and we know that she wasn't at the house. So why she speak about something being credible, what she just said makes her not credible. But Quadajah Johnson stated that she felt the threat from Romeca Blackman were credible, and that she feared for her life, and that the whatever was on her clothes, it came from Romeca. Quadajah stated that Romeca Blackman was waiting for them outside of blank blank's house today. Quadajah Johnson stated, see that kind of, anyway, Quadajah Johnson stated that blank blank lives right there where the incident happened. Quadajah Johnson stated that she wanted to talk to RDs about the incident, but first wanted to speak to her lawyer. This concluded the interview, once she said that, of Quadajah Johnson. For a detailed account of the interview. Okay, now let's go over this right quick. Hold on. Let me read this. So September 9th, 2025 at 10:28 a.m. along with Detective RDs along with Detective Farrell's relocated at, they probably just the same thing I already read. Hold on. So RDs met with Judge Ravano Das, who approved and signed 2 search warrants for victim Romeca Blackman's cell phone and offender Quadajah Johnson's cell phone. Then it goes on to say on September 9th at 3:26, RDs along with ASA and Jutla met with blank blank at Area 3 Division, Detective Division, located at 2452 Belmont. The following interview should be considered, okay, so we're going to go into another interview. But before we do that, with Quadajah's stuff being so short, I'm going to go over something. Because if she said this in her statements, her first initial statements, then she can't go on and say something different that her lawyer is saying. Like, I mean, was she waiting for them at the house, or what? Did she block them in and all that over on on Cermak. Like, she can't do both. You know, so yeah, Gretchen, her statements was a lie. Everything is a lie, and everything that her lawyer is saying is built off of a lie. She a big face liar. Exactly, Hanaya. Well, that was also Romeca child father first. Exactly. Romeca put over for Carlos, but Holly inserted herself. Yep. For the video at the hotel, that wasn't threatening her. So where is plenty of lies was told. Yep. So there, yep, Romeca was talking cordial to her, to me, and she was listening to her more like, what you say, Holly? You know, I mean, to me, she wasn't irate with her. She was really just trying to understand what was going on at the time. I mean, she was just learning something different. Well, Holly said you called her your baby call her your baby mama at the club. Yeah, Holly was on the phone stirring up stuff the month before, but then you want to go and talk about October of 2024. How about September when you were so casually on the phone with her? Speaking friendly with her, or well, really poking her is really what she was doing. But for her to say, okay, Quadajah stated that she has a restraining order against Romeca and that they have been trying to serve her since December of last year, which that would have been of 2023, I believe. So what I got to get my dates right, but because that December, her going for the restraining order at the end of last year, that would have been 2023. So the incident, yes, that's right. The incident at the hotel was a year before, right? Because Romeca's son had a birthday right after she passed, so that was the year before when they were at the hotel. That would have been September of 2023, right? Okay, so but let me get down to this part where she's talking about Quadajah stated that Romeca had been harassing her since she was pregnant in October of 2024. But so she wants to say that Romeca been harassing her, but she was the one that told her about the pregnancy. So can we make that make sense? She was the one that told her all this stuff. She was the one that called her and told her about her robe that she left over Los's house. So what month was that? You know what I'm saying? Like, she gonna get caught up in all of her lies. Because the stuff that she was doing was before she even went to file all of this. So she was poking a bear just so she could have a reason to go do all of this. And it's just really disgusting, and it's clear as day. So Quadajah Johnson stated that blank blank and Romeca Blackman have a 6-year-old child together. Quadajah stated that she felt the threat from Romeca Blackman's were credible, that she feared for her life, and that the stuff on her clothes was from her. Girl, you wasn't in fear because you would have got in your car and left. You wouldn't have stuck around to try to figure it out because you would have been too scared to do so. Quadajah Johnson stated that Romeca Blackman was waiting for them. This part right here. Romeca was waiting for them outside of blank blank's house. So did this happen a different time, or is she talking about the time when that it actually did happen? Because where was she? See, that she's not even credible herself. We can't believe nothing she say. This is what she told the police the day that it happened. I've never heard this, but this is a big problem. If this came out of her mouth, she could have just not said anything. But instead, she said this. Johnson stated that Romeca Blackman was waiting for them outside of blank blank's house. So then, if that's the case, how can Carlos then say what he said about all the stuff that we about to read that he said? Both of them can't be true. So both of them can't be true, because we've been hearing the whole time that Holly, well, some of the time, some people say Holly was already sitting in her car. And then, according to what I think Ari wrote up, is that they were in the car together, exiting the alley, and something about her putting the baby in the car and all that. But I don't believe that either, because Romeca bust a U-turn right at. It's like they went through the light as she was about to bust a U-turn. You know, it was a matter of who caught the light, so they arrived at the same time. So, man, everything can't be true though, y'all, right? Make it make sense, y'all. Everyone knows when a person has a weapon for a reason, they get bad. Exactly. Really, for any and everything. Different stories. It's hard to keep up with lies. Well, here's one thing. We can really pay attention to this because this came out of her mouth. And that's what I wanted to know. What actually came out of their mouth? Because we can, anything else is third and second and fourth party. Like, this actually came out of her mouth. And some of the stuff that I glanced across and seen that Carlos was saying, that's where everybody that's speaking up for Carlos, that's where they got it from. Shout out to Tay T. Shout out to my member in the building. Shout out to Gretchen. Shout out to my sleuth in the building. Shout out to y'all. Let me see. Gretchen says, oh, did I just read that yet? Welcome in, fam. Shout out to KG Summer Mommy. How you doing, fam? That's crazy, because why didn't Holly call the police at Carlos' house? Thank you. That damn Holly is a compulsive liar, ain't she? Flat the hell out. She said she was waiting for them at the house. This is what I'm reading in black and white. Let me pull it up, because I do have that part. Let me see. That's what she said. Is that it right there? Let me move the comment. Just lies, man. Lies on top of lies. I think she was already in the car. Me too. And Carlos stopped over there to talk to her, not to drop off her baby. I think she was definitely sitting in the car, because that's what it looked like. Her car window was down. In the video that I got, her window was down to her car, like she had been sitting in the car. I don't believe she slept in. I don't know. I don't believe she slept in the car and they was into it and stuff. But I do believe. Let's see if I got that up here. Okay, I thought I had the position of the cars, and I mean, you do see the position of the cars, but I thought it was just a quiet video. But anyways, y'all see it. That's what she said. Okay, Quadajah stated that blank blank lives right there where the incident happened. Romeca was waiting for them outside of blank blank's house. Oh my God. So the fact that she lied proves that they set her up. They timed her and everything. And why would you even lie? And all them cameras and witnesses. Like, why would you even lie in there? Like, by this time, she done been into it. The witness just said what she just said. All these witnesses, and you still gonna go in there and lie and say that she was outside the house? And Quadajah Johnson stated that blank blank lives there, right there where the incident happened. Quadajah stated that she wanted to talk to RD about the incident, but first wanted to speak to her lawyer. This concluded, girl, you should have just said that first, because I'm glad she said this though. I'm glad, because everything. Come on, man, insane, y'all. Did y'all know that she said this stuff? The stuff that her lawyer is writing up, she not getting it out the sky. Somebody is telling this woman this stuff. He stopped on purpose, and they did time her. Yep, because they knew that she was late. She had posted it, right? Everybody saying that. Know that. No, he lives around the corner, allegedly. Exactly. So how is she saying that, man? How? I don't see how Romeca was waiting at the house and also dropping off her kid at school. Something just ain't right with this girl, with that girl. Exactly. And she just really showing herself. Like, okay, so we gonna go to Carlos. We'll go to Carlos. Well, let's go to Quadajah's mom. Let's go to Quadajah's mom. Let me see if I can find that one on here. I think I put it in here. Y'all, please smack that thumbs up while I look for this.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. For sharing. For sharing. For sharing. Thank you for so much. Thank you for sharing. Join Sleuth Nation membership and become a sleuth for special members emojis, special badges by your name, and sneak peek videos. Join Sleuth Nation.
Dang, I'm so happy I looked down. I was on mute. I'm so happy I looked down. But okay, so here it is. Let's see. Now speaking to her lawyer and trying to change the story. Okay, she should know that she can't change the statement she made before wanting to speak to her lawyer. Exactly. That's why they say anything you say can and will be used against you. Like, don't say nothing if you don't want them to use it, because they using it. He live over by the school, but he doesn't live where the crime happened. Exactly. He lives close, but not right there. He stopped on purpose, and they did time her. Yep. Okay, I think I don't see how Romeca's waiting at the house. Okay, I'm going backwards. I think I know I missed some comments up here though. Both was at the same crime scene, but their stories are different. Okay, exactly. Exactly, man. Make it make sense. Okay, so all right, so this is coming from her mom. So blank blank related that she learned about Romeca Blackman about a year ago, right after her daughter Quadajah Johnson got pregnant. So blank related that she remembers last Thanksgiving. Romeca Blackman blank tires. Wait, what? Hold on. It's hard to follow because they got all the stuff blocked out like this. Hold on. Blank related that she remembers last Thanksgiving. Romeca Blackman, and it's a bunch of stuff blanked out. Tires while her daughter, Quadajah Johnson, was there. Oh, the incident where she slashes tires or whatever while she was there. Now that's a video that I showed y'all, and you could see Quadajah's car in the background. It was an arrow pointing to it. She ain't come outside that day. I guess that's the day that she had allegedly, busted out the windows or whatever. But she said tires, so maybe okay. So Romeca Blackman and blank Carlos's tires while she was upset. Blank blank and Quadajah Johnson were together and that she was pregnant. Blank related that Quadajah related to her that Romeca Johnson. What? Now they done messed up in this thing, but that is what it say. Blank related that Quadajah Johnson related to her that Romeca Blackman, not Johnson, would call and threaten her by saying, "I'm gonna beat the baby out of you and F that baby." That's what she said. "I'll make him eat my pee." This is what she's saying. This is okay. Now, come on, man. When I heard this before, I didn't believe it, and I don't believe it now. Why would she say that about a baby? Anyway, that's just disgusting that they mind even go there. I believe that's how they mind work. But anyway, she gonna make the baby do that. Blank related that Blank will receive calls from Romeca Blackman, who would tell her that she was gonna beat Quadajah Johnson's ass and her old ass ALS. Blank is all this is blacked out. And her old ass, and it say ALS, and then everything blocked out. Oh, y'all can see it. Stated that she received a call from Quadajah Johnson on September 8th, 2025 at 9:06. Wait, what? Stated that she received a call from Quadajah on September. Oh, so she was talking to her mother on the phone. She stated that she received a call from Quadajah on September 8th, 2025 at 9:06. That's who she was talking to on the phone, y'all. Blank related that Quadajah Johnson stated to her to come get my baby. I shot Blank. What the hell? Y'all can see this. This is kind of weird. Here to come and get my baby. Out on me. It's blocked out. I can't see it. I shot, and then it says ED out on me. Blank stated that she hung up the phone and had her brother pick her up so they could go to Chicago and pick up the baby. That's crazy. Girl, your people don't even live there. They got to take a trip to come and get your baby. Yeah, that's crazy. And she had to call somebody else to do it. So anyway, she hung up the phone and had her brother pick her up so they could go to Chicago and pick up the baby. Blank. See, if you're going to block it out, block out the whole word. This is crazy. Stated that they arrived at Blank Blank's house and that he was upstairs crying. Okay, so they arrived at Carlos' house, I guess, and he was upstairs crying. Blank stated that she went to Quadajah Johnson's house to pick up some clothes for her. Well, I don't know. Wait, who was crying? Hold on. I don't know. They got it blanked out. House, and that he was upstairs crying. Stated that, hold on. So they could go to Chicago and pick up the baby. Blank stated that they arrived at Blank Blank's house and that he was upstairs crying. Stated that she went to Quadajah's house to pick up some clothes for her because Quadajah Johnson was cold. Blank stated that Quadajah Johnson would keep a gun on her no matter what. Blank stated that Quadajah Johnson related to her that she was scared of what Romeca might do to her. Blank stated that she spoke with Blank a couple of days ago, but only about the baby. This concluded the interview. What y'all think about that? Let me see what y'all saying. I'm going to start at the bottom. How did the baby get back to the house if the baby's supposed to have been in the car? Did I just read the baby was in the house? Wait, I'm a read it again because I'm not sure. I might have missed something about what you're saying. Hold on. She said, "How did the baby get back to the house if the baby was supposed to have been in the car?" So much has been said, man. I don't know which part you going off of. What I'm reading or something that you already know. So she said, "Come get the baby." I wonder where. Okay, so one thing I remember Romeca's cousin saying, like, immediately after this happened, Carlos was rushing. He had went home and changed his clothes and all this and rushed to the school to try to get their son, right? And then I remember the cousin saying that they were trying to give Romeca's mother Holly's baby. So I'm assuming how I don't know where the baby was at because they had said Carlos left, but somebody would have had. I'm sure Carlos was the. I'm thinking Carlos was the one that made sure the baby was okay, or did the police take the baby? I don't know. The police must have took the baby. I don't know though, y'all. I'm gonna read what her mom said again. The mother related that she learned about Romeca about a year ago, right after Quadajah got pregnant. She related that she remembers last Thanksgiving Romeca something about Carlos tires while her daughter Quadajah was there. So that'll be another reason why she want to get a gun because she's scared. She don't want to throw no hand. She seen that she probably was peeping out the window. She was quiet as a mouse up there that day. Related that Romeca was upset and Quadajah Johnson were together. Carlos and Quadajah were together and that she was pregnant. Blank related that Quadajah Johnson related to her that Romeca would call and threaten her by saying, "I'm gonna beat the baby out of you," all that mess. Goodness gracious, and I forgot that was up there too. All that. Like, I gotta move this off of here after it. Anyway. I'll make him do that. Blank related that Blank would receive calls from Romeca who would tell her that she was gonna. Yeah, so her mother, I guess that's what probably the person, because we know that she claimed that she was calling her mother, that the mother will receive calls from Quadajah. On September 8th, 2025 at 9:06 a.m., Blank related that Quadajah Johnson stated to her to come get my baby. I shot and then that's out on me. Blank stated that she hung up the phone, had her brother pick her up so they could go to Chicago and pick up the baby. Stated that they arrived at Carlos's house and that he was upstairs crying. Stated that she went to Quadajah Johnson's house to pick up some clothes for her because she was cold. So where did Quadajah live at the time? Blank stated that Quadajah would keep a weapon on her no matter what. Blank stated that Quadajah Johnson related to her that she was scared of what Romeca might do to her. Get out of here. Blank stated that she spoke with blank a couple of days ago, but only about the baby. Yeah. So whatever her mother is saying is what Quadajah is saying to her mother. That's what she's telling her mother. Shout out to Ashley Boy Mom. Welcome in, fam. Jazzy Wright is crazy. Let me see. I'm sure that Romeca knew that she was at his house at the time. He stated that he hadn't seen Romeca in a year. That's a lie. That's a lie because he had been saying that he hadn't talked to Romeca in 2 months. He had said that before, and he said what made them 2 months is the only time they wasn't talking. That's all. That's what he was saying before. I heard he was on. I know that he was on the panel the other day. I seen it, but I was busy doing something and I wasn't able to tap in. But that's a lie because he was just August 20th. He was just at her house tearing up shit, trying to get her fired from her job and all of that stuff. That when she called her, so he lying, right? So that was August 20th. Then August 24th was her sister and her Romeca's class reunion that he popped up to, right? And then August 30th was his class reunion that, or 31st or whatever, that he took his son to. So that's a lie. Like he had been talking to her. All these lies, man. And how you antagonize and taunt someone, then act though. Exactly. How do you say all the stuff that witness 3 said that you said, and then you want to cry, oh, I'm scared, I don't know what she might do to me? Nah, you just want to throw rocks and hide your damn hand, man. My sister Summer. Shout out to Janie. Welcome in, fam. Lies on lies, okay? Lord have mercy. Man, listen, Tate. She lived in Dallas Plains or something. Okay. I remember seeing that because I think I went to that address. It was like an apartment. It was buildings all around. Yeah, I can't believe that he said that. So he actually said, he stated he hadn't seen Romeca in a year. Why would you say that? Like when there's videos out here, you saying something else. Like what? Okay, so let's go to what he did say in his statement. Let's go to that. Where is it? What exactly did he say? And they talked about like stuff that they got. So I'll just read this part. It says offender's vehicle, black 2015 Chevrolet Cruze, and it says evidence. It says a copy of a search warrant, signed photocopy pictures, a gunshot residue kit, one sealed ISP gunshot residue kit, administered to Quadajah Johnson in Area 3 interview room. So she got that residue kit done at 11:30 a.m. So when she was in there for questioning, after that they did that. Cell phone, pager, red iPhone in a case. Firearm, it says Taurus G2C 9mm Luger pistol 3.2 inches black. A pair of white in color socks recovered from the detective that was had stuff on it. Then they recovered beige in color sandals recovered. A pair of white socks recovered, a pair of beige color sandals, black in color sweater recovered, green in color pants recovered, green in color sweater recovered, blue jogging pants containing a disc containing video footage from 2137 South State Street. Disc containing, so this is all the evidence, but I mean it's all up under the car. Disc inside an envelope, pink iPhone in a case, Wait, how many phones she got? Because I remember Romeca had a pink phone. So she had a red and a anyway, I'm gonna go back. It says a pink iPhone in a case, optical disc inside of an envelope, disc in a white envelope, disc in an envelope, OEMC tapes, optical disc inside an envelope, attorney visitation and attorney credentials, copy of RC or ARDC cartridge, probably, or just say card, I mean. And it says September 8th, 2025, optical disc in clear case. Okay, so let's go back to the pink iPhone in case. Hold on. And then I have read before that it says cell phone, pager, red, iPhone in case. So how many iPhones? So she got 2 iPhones? Anyway, that's what it says, y'all. Then it goes on to say photo lineup advisory form, 6-pack photo lineup sheet. Oh, well, maybe because evidence, one is hers and one is Meek's, I guess. I don't know. It is just under evidence, but okay, 6-pack photo lineup, demographics form, original search warrant for, and it has 2 different numbers. It has search warrant again, USB drive, photo array, photo live lineup advisory form, demographic sheet, gunfire bullet fragment, sealed envelope, marked projectile, or it say MK'd projectile, received from Dr. Oh, so for it, the fragments that came from her, they received them from the doctor. Gun, fire bullets, fragments, bullets recovered from the dirt between the sidewalk and the steel fence at 20 West Cermak. Again, fire bullet fragment fired, bullet recovered from the dirt between the sidewalk and steel fence at 20 West Cermak. Fire cartridge, case, shot shell, FCC's head stamp Luger, which is the gun, 9mm, from the ground. Wait, I don't know what all this stuff means, but it's saying that fired cartridge, shell casings or whatever, case shots. Y'all know what I'm shell casings. So it says FCCS head stamp Luger Hornady 9mm received from ground. CSM 1 and 2. So fire cartridge, another one I'm reading. It says stamp Luger Hornady 9mm received from base of windshield on black Chevy, Illinois plate. I remember somebody saying that part wasn't true. Yes, it was. I remember hearing that and somebody saying that part was not true. And now I see it here as evidence. Let me move this. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to position myself. So yeah, so come to find out that was true. So like I said, she put her own baby at risk. Her baby very well could have been hurt. One of them things could have hit him. It could have hit her car. It could have did a lot. It could have hurt someone else. Like, get out of here. That's crazy. I believe that the threats, the people who was on the crime scene is just scared to talk. They know a lot, just scared to talk until it comes to their front door. Yep. I'm sure it's some people that hasn't said anything, because it was a part in here that talked about when the police, I guess, was going through the body cam footage, and they caught a witness on there that was giving a statement that they didn't know who it was. They don't know who that witness is. So yeah, it was people there that seen things and maybe ain't say nothing. Okay, so let me go back. It says so 9mm received from the base of a windshield of the black Chevy Illinois plate. Then it says a buccal swab sealed box, marked oral swab. They got that. They received that from the doctor. A blood card sealed envelope marked DNA. Received that from the doctor. A box containing 2 swabs with red substance consistent with biological material. Wow. From CSM number. So 2 swabs of suspect received from the ground. Okay. Wow. So they got 2 swabs from the suspect. RBS received from the ground. 2 swabs of suspects RBS received from exterior of black Chevy plate. So it was stuff on her car and stuff. They swabbing that stuff. So that's true. 2 swabs from the exterior of the black Chevy plate. Blood swab box containing 2 swabs with red substance consistent with biological material. Blood swabs box containing swabs of suspects. I done said that too many times. Then it says life. Hold on. Recovered from the exterior rear driver's side door. So they got more swabs from stain samples recovered from the exterior rear driver's side door. So live cartridge shot shells, yellow and bronze in color. Yellow and bronze in color, 9mm live round. It says gun magazine, stripper clip, moon clip, black steel magazine capable of holding 12 rounds, loaded with unknown amount of rounds. Attorney visitation notification form, attorney visitation notification. Okay, that's all that says at the end. And then it says pods, cameras as evidence. Hold on, we about to get to Carlos. I'm gonna see what y'all saying though. That man did a whole lot of bad things that day. I think you said that. Yeah, let's see. Yep, absolutely. A lot of stuff happened. Typo, pow. Okay. Yes, when she was being moved, that's why the Hispanic guy said he was trying to kidnap her. Wow. That's crazy, man. Justice for Meeks. I heard the man say he pow-powed her too. They both going. Oh yeah, he did say that, but I had played that where you could see his face. And so one thing that I know, he did say he, but he was looking when he said that, he said, "You had her in a headlock, Brody." And then he turned to Quadajah and said, You shot her. I seen him say that, and I think he just got it wrong. But at the same time, I also believe that I know that he was not there in the very beginning. His girlfriend told him a lot of that stuff before he even got down there. And so I think, but I think he just said he, meaning she. I really do. I think it was just he just misspoke. Because when you look at the video, he turned his head and looked at Carlos and said, "You had her in a headlock. I was there." And then he said, however. And then he looked at her and said, "And you fired on her." That's crazy, though. I believe that red piece of cloth was from his pants. Oh, I remember hearing something about. I don't think I've read that just now, but I remember hearing, because the only thing red I was talking about was, what comes from a body. But I do remember hearing something about that. Something about a red some red thread or something. It's crazy how he didn't get locked up September 8th. I'm still lost. Me too. I mean, because he was there. He was preventing her from leaving. He was the one, he was fighting her from what the witness said. Holding on to her and all this. And let's just listen at what this dude say. Because this what he's saying here, you will I recall some of this stuff is where, David was saying this stuff. Dave, his friend, was saying this stuff, and I was saying he got it from Carlos. Like, he's getting this information from his friend, and he's telling his side of the story. So on September 8th, this is an interview of, and then it says September 8th, 2025, stated that earlier today he was leaving the house and walking to the car with his baby mama Quadajah, with whom he has a 6-month-old baby. Blank blank related that his other baby mama, Romeca, with whom he has a 6-year-old child, put up in a car and runs up on Quadajah Johnson. Blank blank stated that Quadajah Johnson has a restraining order on Romeca because of previous threats to her well-being. Blank blank stated that Romeca Blackman double parked her car and blocked in Quadajah Johnson's vehicle. Blank stated that both women began arguing as he was both women began arguing as he was putting the baby in the car. Blank blank stated that he then proceeded to move the vehicle of Romeca Blackman. Blank stated that he then proceeded to move the vehicle of Romeca Blackman that was blocking Quadajah Johnson's vehicle so that they could leave. Wait a damn minute now. Wait a minute. Now when they said when he was saying something about moving a car all this time, I thought it was his car. So how do you have the nerve to get, you still in her car now? How do he have the nerve to get in Romeca's car and he ain't talked to her in a year, as of what y'all telling me here in this chat? He ain't talking. Well, we ain't going with that over here, but so he just jumps and get in her car and move. Who are you? That's stealing, right? Let me just read it. But that just blew me away. That's crazy. So, okay, and I also want to point out that we heard what Quadajah said. Quadajah's was really short. So Carlos is the one leading the narrative of the entire story. You hear me? Carlos is the one leading the main narrative of this story. That's crazy. A slap in the face. So what vehicle did he move? Let's read that again, man. But he lied and said that he was moving his truck. That's what I've been thinking all this time. Another lie. Look at this mess, man. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. So, Blank stated that Quadajah Johnson had a restraining order on Romeca because of previous threats to her well-being. Blank blank stated that Romeca Blackman double parked her car and blocked in Quadajah's vehicle. Blank blank stated that both women began arguing as he was putting the baby in the car. Blank blank stated that he then proceeded to move the vehicle of Romeca Blackman that was blocking Quadajah Johnson's vehicle so that they could leave. What? Blank blank stated that as he was moving the car, Romeca runs up on Quadajah Johnson. Quadajah Johnson had a gun in her hand and is telling Romeca Blackman to get back. Whoa, damn. He said she had it. Well, hell. Blank, blank, what? Shut the hell up. Quadajah Johnson had... What? Wait a minute, y'all. I'm in shock because this ain't what we've been going off of. Blank, blank stated that he was moving his car... Stated that as he is moving the car, Romeca runs up on Quadajah Johnson. Quadajah Johnson had a gun in her hand and is telling Romeca Blackman to get back. Blank blank stated that he then heard 2 shots and saw Romeca Blackman shot in the face. Blank blank stated that Quadajah Johnson put the gun down after firing it. This concluded the interview of blank blank. What? Man, okay. So if we gonna believe what he's saying, that he jumped in, Romeca's car, moving her car. How was Romeca supposed to leave if Carly Sway took her car? How was Romeca supposed to leave if Carly's Sway is in her vehicle? Somebody, somebody please make this make sense. What? I never knew that part at all. Like none of that I just read. What? This what he said? Dang, what? Hold on, man. Okay, so this is what was said at first, y'all. So she going down. Like, she ain't... Listen, they first statements don't line up with what they saying right now. Her attorney trying to make it make sense, but you can't. So, just from reading that, all of these lies I just read, I don't know where they was at and where they was coming from. But if I had to guess, I'm going to guess that Holly was already sitting in her vehicle because that's what makes sense. Her car window was already down. I believe that Holly was already sitting in her car. For whatever reason, I don't know. Maybe she went a little bit ahead of him, but then why would he need to leave? I think the whole movements of that morning was to trap Romeca and do what they did to Romeca. That's what I believe. Because all of this stuff right here, this is my first time hearing this. And it don't even line up with what the attorney is saying. And her attorney is saying. Low down dirty car lies. He lies. Romeca's stepdad and her cousin JoJo. Jolly, you mean La Leslie's daughter? They help her got out of the shack. Man, what? Let me see. Exactly, sitting there waiting. That's what I believe. Like, because at this point, it's just so many things being said. We don't know what the truth is. I don't believe them. I can tell you that. I can tell you that I don't believe a word out of their mouth. That witness 1 is really cooking up them lies, ain't he? And then, like, I mean, so that's crazy. Like, he's been controlling everything this whole time. he's shooting, telling all these people what to say and all of that. But all of this right here, though, hold on, let's see. Let me see what comes after that. I can't get past this, that this man said all that. Do I have this? Let me see if I have this part of it so y'all can see it for yourself. You got to see it for yourself. Let's see. Is that it? Yeah. Yep. That's it right there. Let me move this comment. Shout out to Tabany. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, I see. I see now. It's helping me a little bit. First of all, I don't think that he's supposed to be driving no vehicle. Oh, he ain't supposed to drive. What? Why would he take? Listen. So we didn't know all this time. Carlos is the reason why Romeca couldn't leave because he done jumped in her car, moving her car. So you jump in her car, moving her car when your car is the one blocking her and Holly. And I still believe that Romeca got blocked. I believe that they blocked Romeca. Carlos blocked her. And that's what made her stop. That if you go watch my other videos, that's what I believe. That they was pulling up at the same time. It was a matter of that light changing. And they got through the light first. And when she bust that U-turn, she had to stop suddenly because he stopped right there in front of her. Because the one witness said that her tires made that screeching sound when she stopped. And that's another reason why I believe it. I don't believe that she's seen Quadajah or nothing out there because she don't know what car Quadajah drive and all that. Quadajah know what she drive, but she don't know what she drive, is what I'm understanding. They was the ones stalking her. This is insane, though, for us to learn all of this stuff today that he said. So from the beginning, this dude was against Romeca. Why he calling the mom, talking about, Mama, I'm so sorry. It's my fault. It's my fault. Yeah, it sure is. It sure is. According to what we looking at here. According to what we know. Justice for Meek. She did not deserve this. Oh, sure did, Tate. That's why Carlos was ready to fight him. Shaking my head. That Spanish man know what he saw, but Carlos trying to treat him. Yep. And then the lady did say that they literally was trying to fight them. Literally. In their face. Los did a bunch of nothing to help Romeca and the whole situation. Facts. And he was against her from day one. He definitely the problem, shaking my head, who set up their own baby mama and allowed the other one to do this. Very grimy. And that's exactly what it's looking like, right? Y'all see that? I had to make sure y'all see that. That's what this man said. Hold on, let me make sure. Make sure I got that part. Because let me see. Known her for. Oh, that's a different part that right there. Hold on. Let me go to that I got put up. Wait, no, let me stay here right quick. Yeah, because that's different. Okay, so the part that I just read and on the same sheet, I'm going to read what's all on there. Okay, so it says RD then spoke with BP or BT, and then it gives a P.O. box, Hearn and Vera and numbers and all this, who related the following. POs were dispatched to initial call of battery in progress and additional calls of shots fired near Cermak Street. Upon their arrival, POs observed one female black on the ground with multiple wounds. POs immediately began rendering aid by requesting EMS via OEMC Zone 4 radio. POs then placed the victim on her side. She wasn't even on her side due to the pool of blood gathering in her mouth until EMS arrived. While on the scene, witnesses Leonard Blank and Blank Blank related to POs that they observed Quadajah Johnson fire on Romeca Blackman and then placed the firearm used inside of her vehicle. PO stated that they detained Quadajah Johnson, who was on the scene. PO stated that Quadajah Johnson stated that she had a valid FOID card and was a concealed carry holder. Quadajah Johnson also stated that she had filed an order of protection against Romeca Blackman. PO stated that the statements were made out of excited utterance and was pre-Miranda. So she spoke before they even gave her rights. And PO stated that when inquiring via general on the scene questioning about the firearm used, Quadajah Johnson stated that it was located on the passenger floorboard of her black Chevrolet that was parked on the side of the street. PO stated that B2 and got some numbers recovered the firearm from the passenger floorboard. PO stated that per BP, the arrestee was observed holding a firearm via CPD pod cameras. So if they had a camera of her holding the gun, then they damn sure should have a camera footage of her doing what she did with it too. Hold on. Let's reread that part. PO stated that per BT number 102S, the arrestee was observed holding a firearm via CPD POD camera number 5321C. POs then spoke with Blank Blank, who related that he had a child with both Quadajah Johnson, 6-month-old, and Romeca Blackman, 6 years old, and I pointed him out as being the other 6. But anyway, Blank Blank stated that he was dropping off his shared son to Quadajah Johnson. Hold on now. He was dropping off the baby to Quadajah. That's what it. Wait. Blank Blank stated that he was dropping off his shared son to Quadajah Johnson when Romeca Blackman illegally parked next to them, causing Quadajah Johnson to feel unable to freaking leave. So he just told us that he had the baby and Holly was sitting there waiting on him. He just said that. Like, did y'all just get that out of that? Because that's what I just got out of that. So that explains why he was allegedly the one putting the baby in the car. Because Holly was already in the car Facts. And can't nobody tell me different now because he a damn lie. Carly Sway. How Sway? Man, what do y'all think about that? Let me read that again. What? So many lies told here, sir. So many. And he ain't in handcuffs yet. He done told us, we've heard all this whole time. He was hitting her. He was hitting her with the door, had her in a headlock. Now we finding out he according to him, took her car and moved it so he could move her out the way. That's what he said. That's what he said. Man, what? Hold on, man. Let me find my spot again. All right. Hold on, I still can't find it. Blank stated that he was dropping off his shared son to Quadajah Johnson, which would mean Quadajah wasn't with him. When you can't drop somebody off to somebody that yeah, he was dropping the baby off to her. Blank stated that Blank stated that at the time both Romeca Blackman and Quadajah Johnson engaged in verbal altercation about him. See, he was happy to say it then. At this time, now that he see how everybody reacting, he don't want it to be about him. Let me just read this again, y'all. Okay, Blank stated that he was dropping off his shared son to Quadajah Johnson when Romeca Blackman illegally parked next to them, causing Quadajah Johnson to feel unable to leave. Blank stated that at the time, both Romeca and Quadajah engaged in a verbal altercation about him. Blank stated that the verbal altercation turned physical when Romeca Blackman struck Quadajah Johnson with a closed fist about her body and her head. Old Carly Sway. That's what he said. Blank Johnson stated that Romeca, now why they say Blank Johnson when we supposed to be talking about Carlos? Because Blank stated that a verbal altercation turned physical when Romeca struck Quadajah Johnson with a closed fist about her head and body. Then it says Blank Johnson stated that Romeca then began to advance towards. See, this is a typo. It's supposed to be Carlos. Carlos stated that Romeca Blackman then began to advance towards Quadajah Johnson again in another attempt to strike her. At that time, Quadajah Johnson removed her concealed firearm from unknown location about her body and shot her. Romeca Blackman was transported to the Stroders via CFD ambulance 41. Quadajah Johnson was transported by Pt.1 to Area 3 Detective Division located at 2452 West Belmont. Yeah. What do y'all think about that? And then on September 8th, 2025, approximately 10:30 a.m., Detective Michael Carroll relocated to the scene of the homicide located at 20 West Cermak, and observed two vehicles, a white Kia K5 bearing Illinois license plates and a black Chevrolet Cruze bearing Illinois plate, surrounded by red Chicago police crime scene tape, facing westbound, approximately about 20 West Cermak Road. Carroll then observed a large quantity of red stuff and assorted discarded items used by CFC for life-saving measures for the victim, located directly south of the Chevrolet. The red stuff was observed splattered on the exterior of the rear driver's door of the Chevrolet. Detective Carroll then observed 3 9mm shell casings, 2 on the street between the Kia and the Chevrolet, and 1 in the cowled panel of the Chevrolet, which I think that got to be the windshield, because that's where we heard the other one. There was one at, and it was one by the fence too, by the black fence. Detective Carroll then observed a black Mercedes GLE bearing Illinois plate and 4 uninvolved parked vehicles surrounded by yellow police tape. Carroll came to know that the white Kia registered to, man, who wrote this? Who wrote this? For real. Like, it says Detective Carroll then observed a black Mercedes with Illinois plates and 4 uninvolved vehicles with yellow police tape. Detective Carroll came to know that the white Kia with Illinois plate was registered to Quadajah Johnson, and the black Chevrolet Cruze bearing Illinois plates was registered to Romeca Blackman. They got it backwards. What the hell? And that the black Mercedes bearing Illinois plates was registered to Carteris. Carteris. I guess that's his brother. They call him Cap, but his name is Car. It's spelled like Carter, and then it got RIS. I've never seen his name, but I guess it's Carteris. So, Detective Carroll came to know that the Mercedes was being driven by blank blank. Now that'd be crazy if they if what we reading ain't backwards and the cars is registered like that. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? Like, what? That don't make sense. So Carroll's then spoke to police and named the police who related the following information: Quadajah blank blank and their infant child departed blank's residence at 2113 South State Street. So Mercedes and blank Mercedes put up to 20 West Cermak, where Johnson and blank exited the Mercedes and removed their infant child from the Mercedes. Now, this is crazy because, you know, in this is just so many accounts of it here. Quadajah Johnson and blank blank then began placing their infant into the rear of the Chevrolet when the white Kia pulled up and boxed in the Chevrolet. Detective came to know that Romeca Blackman was driving a Kia when the vehicle blocked the Chevrolet on Cermak. Detective Carroll learned from Pt.1. Now, this is just different stuff that they being told. It's all this is just a lot of stuff being said, is how I'm taking it. That Romeca Blackman exited, but stuff that's coming directly out of Los's mouth or Holly's. I'm taking that seriously, because they the ones they the ones, whatever they say, and then they want to change it up. That's a problem. That's a big problem. Okay, Namaya baby, he used asked if my mom to come take me to school when Amir sit by himself. I'm not sure what you're saying there. Gretchen Wright is so sad. God sees and hears all. Exactly. His vehicle was in his friend's name. It's in his brother's name. I heard see, people thought that it was in Dave's name because he was on a panel and said, well, we went and picked up the car the other day, like when they had first released the car, but it's in his brother's name. And that's his brother's name, but they call him Cap. And his brother is Dave's best friend. That's really allegedly who the best friends are. But I don't know how, now Dave seemed to be Los's best friend, but I guess that's his loyalty to his brother. I don't know. It's a lot going on. That sounds like the lawyer talking. I don't know. Let me see. No, this is a cop talking. These are detectives talking. This is yeah. So maybe this is different stuff people are saying. Yeah, because he's saying Detective Carroll's learned from BT number 131 that Romeca Blackman exited and began shouting profanities at both Quadajah Johnson and blank Carlos. Romeca Blackman then approached and began to batter Quadajah Johnson. Detective Carroll then learned that blank Carlis attempted to separate Quadajah Johnson and Romeca Blackman, but was unsuccessful. Detective Carroll's then learned that Quadajah Johnson produced a handgun and fired approximately 3, striking Romeca twice. Detective Carroll learned that multiple witnesses contacted 911 and paramedics were dispatched to the crime scene. Chicago police officers were first to the scene, and officers rendered aid to Romeca, applying a tourniquet to Romeca Blackman's left leg. CFD paramedics ultimately arrived on the scene. Romeca was transported to the hospital where she was pronounced. Detective Carroll's met with evidence technician Merrick and a bunch of other stuff, numbers and stuff, along with forensic service sergeant Sean with some numbers, and conducted a walkthrough of the scene. Detective Carroll instructed the evidence technician to perform a video recording of the scene, to photograph evidence and collect the 3 shell casings from the scene. Detective Carroll also instructed the evidence technician to take swabs of blood from multiple locations of the crime scene. Detective Carroll's then recovered a mobile phone and a passport from the front passenger seat of the Kia. Really? Recovered a mobile phone. Oh, so Romeca's phone was in the car, according to this, allegedly. So then recovered a mobile phone and a passport from the front seat of the Kia. Both items belonging to Romeca Blackman. When the evidence technician finished processing the crime scene, Detective Carroll's instructed police officer Hearns and Vera to order tolls on the Kia, the Chevrolet, and the Mercedes. And then it says, then the detective relocated to the hospital at approximately 12:33 p.m. with evidence technician to process the remains of Romeca. And then that's when it goes into the part of Carol met with police officers Moreno of Beat 114, who was assigned to guard Romeca Blackman, and learned that Romeca was pronounced deceased at 9:42 a.m. by Dr. Starr from a wound to the right side of the face, located between the lower lip and chin. She was that's really considered a headshot for real. Any part of the face. And that's what that hoe was going for. And a gunshot wound to the left thigh. Detective Carroll then learned that the victim's remains moved to the morgue. This is just so upsetting. Shout out to Spec. Good evening, fam. How you doing? Gretchen, but nobody told Naked Face to remove himself off the crime scene. I mean, why? I'm just trying to figure out the stuff that he told them himself. Oh, I was trying to move her car, and I mean, for what? You stopping her from leaving, sir? Moving her car is stopping her from moving. Let me go. Let me find what I have put up there because let me see. Hold on, y'all. Oh, I could have just left that right there. Let me do that. Go here. And y'all know I ain't ignoring nobody, but I'm reading, so I can't read the chat right now. I'll be doing way too much. Trying to get this information, though, because this is stuff I had not heard, y'all, so I did not know. Let's see. Oh. Related that he has known. That's crazy. Okay, I got it. Okay, so I see where it's at now. Let me go to that. What I'm reading is 55 pages, y'all, so it's a lot, and I'm really trying to find the stuff that I hadn't heard before. You know what I mean? Like, because it's just a lot. It's a lot. A lot of stuff being said coming from, different people of the case, lawyers, state, defense, um, the defense, the state, and all of that. And now we got the Supreme Courts and all of this stuff. It's just a lot of paperwork. So for me, I want to know what came out of their mouth because that's what they basing. Like her lawyer would have gotten the information from them to try to come up with what she's gonna say, right? The defense. So this information is not just coming up out the sky. Carlisle Sway had a lot to them say. Shout out to Spec. Thank you so much. She said, salute to you, Queen V or Queen MTGV. Thank you so much, fam. Thank you so much for helping me get closer to my goal. I have a goal set over I'm not sure which stream you're on, but I have one set on one of my streams. So thank you so much. Let me show you some love for that. We definitely appreciate you. Shout out to Spec. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Y'all throw some money signs in there for Spec. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's celebrate as people help me reach my goal. Okay, so now I have it up. What is right here on the screen? Let me move this right quick, and then I'm gonna come and try to look at some of y'all comments. But let me get here. I'm just all over the place right now. Let me know if y'all learning something new here. Are y'all learning anything new like that y'all didn't hear before? Now this is the stuff that they said in the very beginning. Like, that matters, man. That matters. So, okay, so we'll go. It says interview of blank blank related that he has known Quadajah Johnson for approximately 3 years and has been in a relationship with her since their son was born. Okay. He only been in a relationship with her since the son was born. So he's saying about 6 months they've been dating, right? That's what he's saying. Okay. Blank blank related that he had known Romeca Blackman for approximately 9 years. I have been telling y'all it was 9 years that they have been together. I had heard her sister also said 9, but I had said that before her sister because I was like, people were saying 11, and I'm like, nah, they wasn't together that long. Shout out to Janie. Thank you so much for the $1.99 super sticker. Thank you so much, fam. Let's go.
Shout out to you. Let's go. Shout out to you. Let's go.
Thank you, Jamie. Now, I hope I wasn't on mute no time because that one played. Shout out to Karen. Welcome in. He went to the station twice. Okay. And it's looking like he was talking on the scene. He went to the station. He has some things to possibly say on the scene too. But yeah, he has been back and forth down there though. But this stuff is from September 8th. So it says related to that on the morning of September 8th. Hold on. I don't know the date. Wait, let's see. Let me read the top part of this first. What's on the what else is on the page? It says, let me see. Man, I don't know if it's a continuance from the last page. What it says. September 27, 2025 at 10:14 a.m. RD email blank. And then on the next page it says new blank and served him with grand jury subpoena for October 2nd of 2025. And then it says September 27, 2025 at 11:58 p.m. RD received email from blank for blank blank acknowledging receipt of the transmission of subpoena and accepting service of it on the behalf of blank blank. So October 1st, 2025 at 3:15 p.m. RD called blank blank at the listed number of blank to update her on the ongoing investigation. So October 2nd, 2025 at 10:20 a.m. RD along with ASA Jutla relocated to the Layton Criminal Courthouse located at 2650 California. RD and ASA Jutla conducted an interview with blank. The following interview should be considered a summary and not verbatim. So, according to this was October 2nd, 2025 at 10:20 a.m. And this is not verbatim, but so it says the following interview should be considered in summary and not verbatim. Okay. So, interview of blank blank related that he has known Quadajah Johnson for approximately 3 years and has been in a relationship with her since the child was born. So he been cheating on Romeca for 3 years with Quadajah. And after she had a baby, after Romeca is done with him, and don't want to deal with him anymore, then he decided to lock it in with Holly. That's what he's saying right here. So he's saying that they was in a relationship, but only 6 months, but they've been knowing each other for 3 years. Well, we know if they knew each other for 3, then they was messing around for 3. So Holly played the damn side chick, like I said, 4 years with no problem. With no problem. Shout out to Lady Redbird. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat or super sticker. Thank you so much for helping me get closer to my goal. I don't know, what is that, a couple? We got 3. And shout out to anybody dropping the jewels and gifts over on the other stream. I can't see it right now because of the screen that I'm in, but thank you so much. Let me show you some love. Lady Redbird in the building. Thank you so much. Okay, let me see what y'all saying. It seems like they're trying to do a cover up and hide what they really did. Absolutely. Flat out just lying, making up stuff, all that. But we see, just like I thought, I mean, when I seen that crime scene, I was just like, wow, I'm like, he's not mad at the female for doing what she did. He's not going off. He's protecting her. He's doing nothing to help the one on the ground, but he's stopping everybody from coming near her. You know, like everything that we seen is what it was, man. And this dude sitting up here gonna have the nerve to call her mother and say anything. Like, this is a dangerous person right here, man. These are the kind of people you need to keep far, far away. Like, what? This is sick. He is a witness to what can't be to Holly because, he's a witness to what can't be to Holly because their stories don't match. Exactly. Their stories don't match at all. Their stories don't match because it's a lie. They planned this shit. That's why they can't keep it together. Where his cuffs at? Really? Yet he claims they were never together. Shaking my head, basically trying to spare Holly's feelings now by saying they're in a relationship. Man, she was a side piece. Exactly. Exactly. And he just told her she was a side piece for what? 3 freaking years. Like, and you got the nerve to be mad at Romeca? You've been in her shadows for 3 freaking years. And she didn't get froggy and want to leap until she got pregnant. Carlos, once he, like I said, once he knew that Romeca was done and it wasn't no coming back, he put out a hit on her. That's what the hell he did. Period. Point blank. Can't nobody tell me different. Exactly, Ashley. All he was doing and is doing is trying to cover himself. That's right. That's exactly what he doing. After what he did out there, his attention should have been on Romeca and the baby, at least. Exactly. But it wasn't. We see it. I'm telling you, when you look at him out there and just reading all this, just knowing what came out of his mouth and all that, this dude was just trying to keep people away. Like, make sure she didn't get saved, is what I felt. Because the witness wanted to help. She felt compelled to help. Like, and this dude just standing there doing nothing. Let me read this. So, blank related, he has known Quadajah Johnson for approximately 3 years and has been in a relationship with her since their son was born. Blank related that he has known Romeca for approximately 9 years. Wait, hold on, y'all. My bad, y'all. I had to go do something. I had to step away for a second. Thank y'all for y'all patience. We are back. Okay. So let me go. Let me see what y'all saying right quick. Can y'all hear me okay? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Y'all, please smack the thumbs up if you haven't. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and set all notifications. I'll never forget that live footage of him standing over Romeca like a damn demon. I promise you. It was just like, stay away, don't do nothing. I mean, that's just how it came off like that. Cause I was like, he wasn't. I never seen him down on his knees or doing anything to stop anything. Like, but then guys are wondering what's taking them so long to bring their trainer into the jail cell. Okay. They could use it. He'd be great for the jail, right? Personal trainer right there. To know his face was the last face she saw. While man, and then you just imagining what she was thinking looking at him. She seen the play. She seen when he was grabbing her and being physical with her. She knew what time it was at that time. And I wonder at what point of that, since we know he didn't lie and said that he was moving Romeca car. At what point did you do that? Like, so that would leave her, and it's just so many freaking lies been told. We can't even keep up with them. But let me start this over. So, Carlyle Sway related that he has known Quadajah for approximately 3 years and has been in a relationship since their son, and we know he was 6 months at the time. Blank Blake related that he had known Romeca Blackman for approximately 9 years, and they share a 7-year-old son. Well, their son wasn't even 7 at the time. His birthday wasn't yet. He was about to be 7. I think his birthday was the 18th. Because I think I was trying to say the 28th before. I think her son's birthday was the 18th, which was just 9 days after this happened to his mother. And so he said that his son was 7 years old, blank, and previously dated on and off for a while. Blank related that he lives at blank related that he would split custody of his son blank with Romeca 50-50. No court order. Yeah, right. They would just contact each other and make it work. Blank related that Romeca Blackman was responsible for dropping off blank at school. Blank stated that the relationship he had with Romeca Blackman was mainly about their son. Oh, is it the 28th? Okay. I had been saying the 28th, but I thought I had it wrong. No, Carlos' birthday is the 28th, right? Yeah. No, I think Carlos' birthday is the 7th. I'm getting it confused. But I think because I had said it before, I think his birthday the 8th. The cousin birthday, all of their birthdays is in September. Right? No, it's October. His birthday is in October. October 7th. But Tate, I said that too. The way he was pushing and patting on her body, what was he looking for? Now I'm so happy I didn't see that part, but I heard about that part. And people was like, was he looking for a phone and stuff like that? And we just read that they found a phone in her car, but she probably had her son's phone too. Because I imagine that if he had a cell phone, which I heard he did, that he wouldn't be able to have it in school. So I'm thinking that. I'm not sure though. But looked like he was trying to make sure she was no longer breathing. Exactly. That's exactly how I feel. Because even the witness 3 got the impression that he didn't want people to be around her. Actually, he gave wrong number. Wrong name. He gave the wrong name. People wrong name Romeca. Miss Tina have shown them pictures of Romeca. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Because they had a problem. They had a hard time finding her or something like that. Why would she ever have to go like that with you standing out there? That's sad. Oh, what the heck? So he's sitting up here lying, trying to make it seem like they had joint custody. Now, y'all just heard what I read right now. We've since heard him talking a lot of mess here online. We know that he stopped dealing with Romeca for 2 months. They hadn't talked to each other, according to him. They hadn't talked to each other in a couple months, and he found out his sister was getting the son. So he did, and he said he wanted Romeca to need him. So this is going right along with that. So let me get this straight. Y'all got a no court order 50-50 split custody and parenting, but you just back out one day and refuse to get the son. Because that's what he did. That's what he did. Once he realized, and it came out his own mouth. I wanted her to need me. He was like, Romeca gonna have a hard time with Los. Then I found out she changed her number. Then I found out my sister had been getting my son for 2 months or whatever. Yeah. So, and here he's admitting that, you know, she depended on him to help with the son. And he knows that she worked long shifts and need somebody to watch the son, and he was playing. So anyway, Carlisle Sway related that he lives at blank blank, related that he would split custody of his son with Romeca 50-50, no court order. They would just contact each other and make it work. Blank related that Romeca Blackman was responsible for dropping off the son at school. Related that the relationship he had with Romeca was mainly about the son. Okay, blank. Carlisle Sway related that on the morning of September 8th, 2025, himself, Quadajah Johnson, and their son were leaving his apartment. Now his story changed. His story changed. They were leaving. They were, boy. The other thing that I read was he was going to meet her to take the son to her. Okay, now he's saying that they all was leaving. Him, Quadajah, and their son was leaving the apartment. He was driving them back to Quadajah Johnson's car that was parked on Cermak Road off of State Street. Carlisle Sway stated that he double parked by Quadajah Johnson's car and was putting their son in the car seat of Quadajah Johnson's, was putting the baby in the car seat, putting their son in the car seat. First of all, you would be putting the car seat in the car, because the baby already should be in the car seat. But if you're lying or if it's a typo, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna just keep reading. He stated that he double parked by Quadajah. If he double parked by Quadajah, how was his car way up past her car? If he double parked right next to Quadajah, he lying, because Romeca wouldn't have been able to be in that spot. So he stated that he double parked by Quadajah Holly car and was putting their son in the car seat of Quadajah Johnson's car when Romeca Blackman drove up her car very aggressively, yelling at him and Quadajah Johnson, saying, him and Quadajah Johnson. Now this is where it comes from, y'all. Saying, I knew I was gonna catch y'all ass. Carlisle Sway stated that Romeca Blackman parked her car behind his car in the right lane, blocking in Quadajah Johnson's car. And it's a typo. It ain't no N in Johnson. Carlisle Sway stated that Romeca Blackman began to yell at Quadajah Johnson, saying, I want my ones time. I want my ones time. I want my one. Like, that don't even make, I mean, she want her one-on-one. That's what they saying. But the way that it's written, I want my ones times, referring that she wanted to fight Quadajah Johnson. Carlisle Sway stated that at the time Quadajah Johnson is standing outside of her car by the driver's side door, and Romeca Blackman is standing outside of her car. Now, this is a story that we had heard, right? Carlisle Sway stated that at this time, he goes and steps between both of them and to separate them and keep them from fighting with each other. Carlisle Sway stated that he then began to guide Romeca Blackman back to her car as they are both yelling and still arguing, and yelling at each other. Carlisle Sway stated that Romeca Blackman is standing on the door jamb of her car yelling at Quadajah Johnson. Okay, so basically he's saying Romeca was standing up in her car, like on the door, the door, right? She's standing there. So then is this when he came and slammed the door on her when she was standing in her door? Is that when he did that? So she was way up off the ground, standing in the doorway of her car, literally standing on it, if we are to believe it. So it's kind of like almost like you could picture her, she's able to look over her vehicle at this point, right? That's what he's saying. I don't know what really happened, but we gonna read what this Carlisle Sway said. And again, he's the one that's leading this story, this case. What he says is leading the case. This is a guy that Romeca spent years of her life with, that she loved and had a 7-year-old kid by. And this is how he repays her. So her son, he gonna get older one day, and he gonna be able to read and obtain all this stuff and see what really happened, minus the rumors, minus the bullshit. This is disgusting. And what's even more disgusting is his behavior online, smearing her. When they set her up, it's clear as fucking day to me. I'm so mad right now. This is sick, man. He played her, man. I could just imagine how she was feeling out there that day, knowing that he was against her 100%. Wow. I mean, like I said, from the first video I ever reported when I was reading, I said, they jumped her. They jumped her. She was outnumbered. And a man in the mix. Dang, that's sad, man. Hold on. So, Carlisle Sway stated that at this time, Quadajah Johnson is standing outside of her car door. Let me start. Carlisle Sway stated that Romeca Blackman parked her car behind his car in the right lane, blocking in Quadajah Johnson's car. Carlisle Sway stated that Romeca Blackman began to yell at Quadajah Johnson, saying, "I want my ones." Times. That's what they say, referring that she wanted to fight with Quadajah Johnson. Carlisle Sway stated that at the time, Quadajah Johnson is standing outside of her car by the driver's side door, and Romeca Blackman is standing outside of her car. Carlisle Sway stated that at this time, he goes and steps between both of them to separate them and keep them from fighting each other. Carlisle Sway states that he then begins to guide Romeca back to her car as they are both still arguing and yelling at each other. Carlisle Sway stated that Romeca is standing on the car jamb of her car yelling. So he's saying a whole lot. He's standing between them to separate them and keep them from fighting each other. Stated that he then began to guide Romeca back to her car. They are both still yelling at each other. Stated Romeca Blackman is standing. So when he guided her back to her car, that's what she did. Stood in the door jam of her car, yelling at Quadajah. Carlisle Sway stated that he asked Romeca Johnson if she is going to be cool and let him move his car. Man, they said Romeca Johnson in this damn thing again. This is crazy. Stated that he asked Romeca Blackman, not Johnson, if she was gonna be cool and let him move his car. Oh, it's his car now. It's his car now. You know, the other thing I read, it said he was moving her car so that Quadajah Johnson could pull her car out and leave. Romeca stated, yes, go move your car. Carlisle Sway stated that he tried to move the car a couple of times and that the second time he saw through the rear view mirror. Now he in the car, he looking at the rear view mirror this time, okay? He saw through the rear view mirror that Romeca Blackman moved from her car towards Quadajah Johnson. Carlisle Sway stated that he then gets out of his car to stop the fight. And that is when Romeca Blackman swung on Quadajah Johnson and hit her in the face. And Quadajah Johnson swung back and he hears shots all at the same time. Boy, so that was her swing, a bullet. Get the hell out of here, man. Get the hell, where the hair pull at and all that at. Anyway, this is ridiculous. This dude was so against Romeca. Damn. This dude just said, Carlisle Sway stated that he then gets out of his car to stop the fight. And that is when Romeca Blackman swings on Quadajah Johnson and hits her in the face. And Quadajah Johnson swings back. And he hears shots all at the same time. That don't even make damn sense. Blank states that so a fist and a gun ain't equal either. So Carlisle Sway stated that he did not know that Quadajah Johnson had a gun on her that day. What? And he did not know where she kept it on her because she is a concealed carry holder. What? Man, what? Do y'all hear this? This man said that? Blank stated that he did not know that Quadajah Johnson had a gun on her that day. After all that we've been going by, that he told her that she was about to go get it. When we've been saying the whole time, instead of him saying that she was gonna go get it, why didn't he tell her not to go get it? Now he's saying that he didn't even know she had one on her that day. Get the hell out of here. The witness said what she said and we believe her. She about to go get her gun. And then in the other thing I read, he said it was in her hand. Anyway, why he ain't locked the hell up? Because clearly he hiding something. The hell? This is insane. Stated that he did not know that Quadajah Johnson had a gun on her that day. He did not know where she kept it on her because she is a concealed carry holder. Yet y'all park around the corner to make sure the gun wasn't with you. Blank stated that he could not recall if Quadajah Johnson said anything about having a gun because Romeca Blackman was loud. He had turned his head, and that is when he heard about 3 or 4 shots. He said he heard 3 or 4. The witness said, didn't the number 3 say it was like 5 to 7 shots, something like that? So, man, what? Carlisle Sway stated that he could not recall if Quadajah said anything about having a gun because Romeca was so loud. He had turned his head, and that is when he heard about 3 or 4. I mean, turned your head? Wasn't you moving the car at the time? He was in the car. Anyway, Carlisle Sway stated that he never saw Quadajah Johnson with her arm extended firing, but he did see Quadajah Johnson with the gun in her hand afterwards. Stated that at the time of the firing, he was about 2 steps away to separate them, and that when he heard the shots, Romeca Blackman was still holding on to Quadajah's hair. There's the hair. Per Carlisle Sway. That's where it's coming from. That's where they getting all of it from. Quadajah's was real short at this time. What she had to say. Carlisle Sway has come up with all this. So how was Quadajah supposed to know what his side of the story was? That's why, like, if she was smart, she wouldn't have said nothing. But I want to talk to. Well, I need my lawyer. I wouldn't have said nothing. And all that stuff she was saying out there on the scene, all that is gonna be held against you. You ain't supposed to say nothing. Nothing. The witnesses made her say what she said. She felt like she had to say something. Another lie being told. It is so many. Nothing but lies here. Hold on, we getting too long now. Hold on, let me get done with this. So there's the hair pull. Carlisle Sway stated that after the firing, he lays Romeca on the ground. Wait a minute. If you was 2 steps away breaking up the fight, how do you lay her on the ground? Wouldn't she have fell on the ground if you wasn't there holding her up some kind of way already? Right? Because from what I heard, what Dave had said was something about we gonna listen at Dave right quick too after I get done with this, because I have been saying that what he was saying was what Carlos told him, and a lot of what he was saying is what I'm reading right now, for real, and it's sick, man. But so yeah, he says Carlisle Sway stated that after the shooting, he lays Romeca on the ground, began to treat her wounds. Well, what? And start pumping her chest. And that he then called 911, pumping her chest. Boy, did anybody tell you to do that? So when he was patting on her, that's what he was doing, y'all. Carlisle Sway stated that Quadajah Johnson stayed on the scene after the shooting, and that is when a crowd of people and the police came. So he trying to say the crowd of people wasn't there at all when it was all going down. He's saying after it is when the crowd came. But guess what? They could see from where they was at. Blank stated that he did remember calling his sister to come pick up his son and then going to the police station. Carlisle Sway stated that he did remember calling his sister to come pick up his son and then going to the police station to talk with detectives briefly. Carlisle Sway stated that he was aware of the restraining order that Quadajah Johnson had against Romeca Blackman, and that was because Romeca Blackman kept threatening Quadajah Johnson and her family. Wow. He all in, baby. All in. And then it says October 2nd, 2025 at 11:45 a.m. blank blank identifies and signs still pictures from the scene identifying himself. So Carlisle Sway on October 2nd, 2025 at 11:45 a.m. they showed him pictures of the crime scene. Still pictures from the crime scene. He identified himself. Quadajah Johnson and Romeca Blackman. Felony review does not present Carlisle Sway to the grand jury to testify. And this concluded the interview. Felony review does not present, it says blank blank, to the grand jury to testify. And this concludes the interview of blank blank of Carlisle Sway. So it does not. So why they don't want him to testify? The felony review does not present it to the grand jury. Anyway, then it goes on to say October 2nd, 2025 at 6:39 p.m. relocated the Area 3 Detectives Division located at whatever, met with blank blank who administered a photo array by Detective McNicholas. Blank blank did not pick anyone from the photo array. Along with ASA Jutla, then interviewed blank blank. Okay, and then that's another interview. But I'm gonna stop right there. Like I said, this is 55 pages, y'all, but I just wanted to go over their statements, like, because to me it matters. It matters what they said specifically to me. Mexico girl with the headset on, she called 911 and the boyfriend said he was the pow pow. Yeah, I know. I have been talked about that in a video that, I mean, it shows him. If you look at the video, I think he just misspoke. I mean, clearly we see who in jail for firing on her and all of that, and who had the gunshot residue and all that. I'm assuming he did say, he said, and he shot her, but he looked at Quadajah when he said it. He looked right at her when he said it. He said, "You had her in the headlock, Brody, and you shot her." He looked at her when he said it. I literally just played that, so I've been seeing that though. I think he just misspoke. I sure hope those are old videos, because ain't no way he would be around Lil Amir. I promise you. Ain't no damn way. I mean, I wouldn't trust this dude around him at all. You did that to his mother. You didn't care that he's motherless. Like, to me, you didn't have enough love for your son to do this shit, man. Y'all please sign a petition and share for others to sign. Oh yeah, Keys do have a petition going on. I haven't looked at it though. I'm gonna have to look at it and read it because I don't know about it. I mean, I heard him say, I think he in today's video or yesterday or something, he said something. I gotta go look at it. I know them officers saw through his lying ass. Who's this man working with or working for? Thank you. Cause I mean, why you getting so many freaking passes? Gotta be someone, because he's getting away with lies. Exactly. Clear lies, and not afraid to get up on these panels and talk crazy. I'm not gonna play that day's video because I've been live too long and I gotta get off of here soon. But I will drop it in the comments. He had her in a headlock. Yep, he had her in a headlock. The guy said, "You had her in a headlock, Brody," and then he's like, "And then you shot her." He shot her, and he looked dead at that girl when he said that. Tay-T said, "Wow, she wasn't having a heart attack and she was breathing. Why would he be pumping her chest?" Great question. Like, great question. Because I mean, yeah, she was. Like, what he should have been doing was stopping the damn bleeding. That's what he was supposed to have been doing. Lock his ass up. Okay? Hell yeah. Where my guy at? We need him to sing right now. And this too. God dang.
You big dummy. You big dummy. You big
Lock his ass up. Lock his ass up. You going to jail. You going to jail. Lock his ass up. Lock his ass up. You going to jail.
What in the fuckity fuck kind of shit is this?
Wow.
Absolutely unacceptable. I sure hope. Oh, okay. I read that. It's crazy, man. Crazy. Lies. Hello, Barbara. Welcome in. Hello, Barbara. He knew because witnesses said that he had said she got. Exactly. The witness 3 said that she was going to go get it. You know, like he mentioned that she was going to go get it. And to me, that was him saying, go get it. His weave a tangled web of lies. Yes, them dreads is a weave of tangled damn lies. Talking about he got to go get his braids back in. But he thought the family was going to come by the house and sit and talk. Exactly, dude. Like, man, this is crazy. This was a horrible setup. Like, this person is dangerous. Somebody that you laid up with for that long, got a baby by, that will set you up. This was a setup. All of these lies that we listening to that we just read, I ain't gonna even taint it with nothing else, because all of, you know, I might be talking a little bit too much with it, but I can't help it because this is crazy. I didn't know all this, man. Shout out to Miss S.A. Wait, Miss S.A. Welcome in. Shout out to Rhonda White in the building. My heart aches for Amir, okay? Poor baby, man. Poor baby. Carlisle Sway. Yes. Absolutely. And thank everyone for being here and showing love. Absolutely. Thank y'all all. I'm trying to get a few comments in. And again, thank you to everybody that helped me get closer to my goal. Me too, my heart goes out to Roro Seed. Man, poor baby. He's disgusting. Do anybody want to call in and give your opinion about what you heard? I mean, because I know as I look out here, I see y'all. Y'all been following this case longer than me. And you know, like I said, I've been saying that I started following this case when Quadajah was arrested. And so I go back to see, you know, what was said in the beginning. I want to know what came out the horse's mouth, because that's what mattered. They told a bunch of different stuff and inconsistencies in this case, and now you trying to go back and change it up. But remember what you said before, because it matters. And let me hold on, because it was something. It was one other thing. Oh yeah, that was the part about him looking out the rear view. Yep. So what I read Holly's mom's statements, Holly's herself statements, and Carlisle Sway. That's what we did today. And that I'm gonna just stop right there, because to me that was a lot of information. Let me make sure the phone is on if y'all want to call. If not, it's fine. But I do like to, especially with me reading, I miss a lot of comments. So I did want to at least offer that up to anybody that want to call. But dang, where the heck is my? Hold on, y'all. Oh, there it is. Okay, the lines are open if anybody want to call in. But in the meantime, I'm gonna be looking at some comments to see what y'all saying. Miss V pension got Carlisle's Sway locked up? The who? He should be locked up. Are you telling me he is locked up? Judge knew he was lying. Justice for Romeca. Exactly. Poor girl. Man, she not in a million years does she think this dude would do her like that. Like, I mean, I know we into it, we ain't together no more, but damn, you got to do this? Like, you want me out of here? It's for to get car lies investigated. Oh, okay, yes, that's right. I did see that today. Yes, we gonna sign that for sure. I'm gonna make sure I share it over here. We definitely want that. I'm about to go get the link and put it in the description box of this video. So if anybody watching this, please go to the description box of this video and sign that petition. Because I don't know what the hell they waiting on. Like, seriously. White judge said he's the only one not credible because he is. That's so funny. Shout out to Gigi Bugs. Show did. Thanks for that reminder. I've been on a case since September 8th. My heart still aches. I know it do, Rhonda. And I know you be in them chats. That's dedication. We want to see justice for her, man. Because she didn't deserve this crap. So what y'all think the jury gonna see? The question would be why he had Romeca and not let go and go grab Holly. So he better be ready. Exactly. And then all these different statements I just read. This dude gave 3 or 4 different stories, didn't he? And then he sent all of his crazy people out to tell further spread his lie. Like this case, it really should be studied. It really should. Because this behavior is not normal to me. So shout out to everybody in the building. Let me look over here at the vertical stream. Oh, a lot of y'all over there. Oh no, that's the regular one. Let me see. Because it's easier to just look from here. I ain't looking at everything together. Yep, he the only one not credible. He went running with running them lies all over and everywhere. Thank you, Jazzy. She said great live. Judge knew he was lying. Boy, I tell you, why the judge said he was on. That's crazy, though. Out of everybody. Because you're not. You have a reason to lie. Thanks for hitting those. Y'all hit them good heart emojis on the side. It really helps. The engagement is much needed over here. Gretchen, you right about that. Romeca didn't have any hair in her hands. Okay? Get out of here. Namaya said, any and all his statements are not credible. Exactly. I don't believe nothing that come out of his mouth. He's saying that now because people were saying that if he's a trainer, he should have given her CPR. Oh, man, get out of here. I see y'all dropping the 100s and the hearts. Just sad, man. Yeah, he said Brody because him and Holly were a team. Okay, they definitely was a team. Spec, don't worry. He's going to get tangled up in his web of lies. He got to. He got to. Mexican girl with the headset on 911. Yep, boyfriend. Okay, I read that. I know them officers saw through his lies. Who's this man working with? And I would love to know that. I feel like because according to Keys, he had mentioned that he was some guys with the same rack boys had went down and he didn't, and he's still representing that name and all that stuff. He still wear that necklace and everything, and he put up a whole case that people went down bad for cracking cards, and as we see, he's still on it. I mean, the cousin said that's what he do for a living. When he was getting they was getting the baby ears pierced. They was $90. He was like, I'm using this card. And shout out to Hello Barbara for sending the floating hearts. I see 2 floating hearts sent. Thank you so much. See, I can't see none of that on the StreamYard site. I gotta literally be on my cell phone looking at it. And then let me go over. He went running. Yeah, just a loser, man. The judge knows that he's not credible. They're gonna get him about 3 in the morning. He think he's smart, but believe me, there's a few of them officers that aren't going to get him, that aren't going to get his mess. They ain't going for his mess. Let's see. My grandma used to say, if it doesn't get you in a wash, it'll get you in the rinse. Yes, I've heard something like that. I think people say it a little bit different every time. Because what is it? What don't come out in the wash comes out in the rinse or something like that. My grandma used to say, if it doesn't get you in the wash, it'll get you in the Yep. Something to that effect. And let me see. If y'all didn't get a chance to hit that thumbs up, please make sure you do. So I'm looking at the other stream right now. Shout out to y'all. Thank you, Rhonda. Shout out to Rhonda White for sending a $2 super chat over there. Thank you, fam. I didn't even see that. Hold on. Well, wait, did I see this? Let me see. No, that's news. Thank you so much, Rhonda, for sending a $2 super chat. Let me get you a little jingle. I appreciate it. Let me see. Shout out to Sherry dropping the pink hearts. We got to get those numbers up on the petition. Yeah, I'm about to go read that. Go see what all it says. Yes, please catch the replay, Sherry. It's a lot of information that I hadn't heard through all the investigating I've been doing. I hadn't heard some of this stuff. So what we went over today is statements directly from Quadajah Johnson and Carlisle Sway, and also Quadajah's mom. Thank you, Rhonda. We definitely appreciate you. He's a big old liar. That's why I don't understand why he ain't locked up. Okay, Donna? Hey, Jamila. Welcome in, fam. And Steven said all lies. So many lies. Okay? He wasn't having a heart. Okay, I read that one. Crazy. A setup never goes right. Okay, Gwen? Everything about that day was wrong. Facts. Every freaking thing. Yep, Meeks kicked him to the curb. Exactly, Tati. He couldn't take it. What Summer Mommy say? Oh, thank you, Summer Mommy, for the sparkle, if you still here. Thank you so much. Shout out to Projects and Casarillos. Y'all go check him out. He just dropped a video about Romeca. Go check him out. Yesterday, I think. What up, though? You always have the best info. Oh, thank you so much, Sherry. I'll be trying to get to the information, what really matters. You know, it get really confusing because it's so much paperwork out here. It's so much. You got the defense, you got the state, you got the lawyer writing up stuff, you got the Supreme Court, it's just all, all the sides and all of that stuff. But what I just read is what came out of their mouth. For real. So let me see. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and end it. I don't want to make it too long. But just know I'm never ignoring y'all comments and stuff. It's just that I be doing a lot up here. And so I offer by turning on my line to hear what y'all got to say. But we gonna get up out of here. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. As a matter of fact, let me drop the video I said, because I was gonna play a video, but I just want to keep it just this. Just this. No, nothing that nobody else said or anything. Carlisle Sway strikes again. I'm a drop that one. Maybe y'all didn't see that video because it is. Let's see. And he was talking mess. Let's see some.
What days before that, or the sisters? But if you got the
Oh, that's the video when I was talking about Mother's Day and all of that stuff and stuff that he posted. That was him just making all that noise, by the way. He was on a roller coaster. That's what he loved to keep Romeca on. So that, you know, he gets a lot of thrill when he on a roller coaster. Without the roller coaster, he wouldn't have a great life. He got to create chaos in order to be happy, or in order to be able to do what he want to do also. The liar be lying too. Wait, the liar? Who's the liar? We gonna call him Carlisle Sway over here, because you know his name is Carlos Way on Facebook. He is so sway. Exactly, she should. If she's pregnant, it should be showing at this point. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I never really focused on that part, but I just assumed that she wasn't anymore because they had moved her and stuff and what people were saying, but I didn't do no type of research on it. Miss V, what's the people name that dropped a video about Romeca yesterday? You talking about what's his name? Projects in Casa Rios. He's in the chat right now. He dropped a video about Romeca yesterday. And the other person that he was talking crazy in their chat was Real T. Real T TV. Y'all know he likes to go on Real T TV a lot. So he was over there. Like I said, Romeca was held hostage knowing she had a gun. There's no other way to describe this horrible act. Exactly. And for no reason but jealousy. Exactly. And then to add the fact that he says that he moved her car. He moved her car. So that would further keep her there. Like, so you stole her car so she couldn't leave? Like, who was being held hostage or not? Like, he said a lot, y'all. And but I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Check out the video that I just posted, just in case y'all didn't see it. I pinned it to the live stream. Oh, let me go to the other live stream and pin it over there. These are some words out of his mouth. Let me come back. Okay, right here. And thank you to everybody again smacking that thumbs up. And thank you to everybody that tuned in today and connected to the channel. But I'm gonna get out y'all hair. We gonna get a schedule together, y'all. We gonna get a schedule. I'm trying. It might be Sundays. Might be Sundays. It seemed to work good. Have a good day, Rhonda. Yes, thank y'all all for tuning in. And we gonna get up out of here. Let me move these ugly faces off my screen for a minute. Man, oh man. Let me see. What else did I have? So they did collect her clothes. When I read that, they collected the shoes, the socks, everything that she had on. We see everything that's on it. And these are, I think I went over all of these. All of these. So hit the replay if you wasn't here at the beginning. And if we would have reached our goal, I would have had to go live tomorrow. But since we didn't, I'll see y'all later this week. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. Y'all please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel.
Please subscribe and press that notification bell and thumbs up. Please subscribe and press that notification. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. For sharing. For sharing. For sharing. Thank you for so much. Join Sleuth Nation membership and become a sleuth for special members emojis, special badges by your name, and sneak peek videos. Join Sleuth Nation membership and become a sleuth for special members emojis, special badges by your name.
And shout out to everybody that supported me monetarily. Everybody that gave jewels as well. Shout out to y'all too. And let me see what somebody said. Okay, BFF dropped the feel free to give to Cash App. That is my Cash App if y'all ever want to give to the Cash App. But until next time, y'all, and y'all show me love by dropping the fire and horns. If you a member, you can hit the smiley face and you will see my special emojis. You should drop those. So you show love by dropping the fire and horns, y'all. And this, if you're a member, you should have these for sure. And if not, you can find them. Well, join membership. How about that? But anyway, y'all, we're going to get up out of here. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Make this go viral. Thank you, Spec, for show. Not one hair out of place at all. Peace and love, y'all. We out.